Hello people and welcome to follow the second semi-final of the 2025 World Team Carcassonne Online Championships. This will be battled out with Poland and Chile. First of all, let's take a note that both of these teams have already done better than they have on any other year. Before 2025, Chile had reached the quarterfinals once in 2022, and Poland had reached the quarterfinals also two times. First in 2020, so the first time that the competition was organized, and then on the very next year in 2021. But since then, they haven't had that tremendous amount of success going to a top 16 for Poland, I believe is then the best they have done until thus far. But as we all know, semifinals is a mark that one of these teams is going to go all the way to the grand finals. So the extreme hunger for winning for both of these teams has not gone anywhere. And besides, no one enters this competition to place in the top four. Everyone enters to place in top one, and now both of these teams still have that chance lingering in the air. Now the bad news is for either of these teams that when you win, you will have to face, or let's say when and if you win, you will have to face Japan, the four-time world champion, and if you lose, well, there's a chance that you will not be in the top three and will not be getting a extra spot in the individual world championships for one of your team members, because that is a reserved reward for the top three. And if you lose the bronze medal match, then I mean tough luck. Another tough luck situation is that in the bronze medal match you will be facing Ukraine, which also is not such tremendous news, because we all know the might and power of Ukraine. They very narrowly lost to Japan 3-2 just yesterday. Unfortunately for them, it means that no gold is up for grabs anymore, but Ukraine will for sure be battling it out with teeth and claws for the third place finish. And getting that extra spot to the World Championships is kind of a big deal. Now let's set ourselves to the mood of the second semi-final, and welcome to watch the 2025 World Team Carcassonne Online Championships semi-final between Poland and Chile. Now, as you can see, we have let's say the good old mighty names from Poland playing. Thomas Preus, who has been playing in every single duel so far with great success, and I believe um, also the Polish captain Mateusz Moslewicz does also have, I believe, like 7 um, matches or duels under his belt at the moment, with not as great of a win percentage, but still um, the team is giving him a lot of playtime, and now is the time to show that giving all that playtime is or has been worth it. So the lineups you can see just above me right there. We have on table 1 Mateusz Moslewicz versus Adam Las Hersh. On table 2 Łukasz Britskat versus Horim Mela. Table 3 Tomasz Roda versus Claudio Jorquera. Table 4 Rafał Polczynski versus Brian Townsend. And finally on table 5 we have Thomas Preus versus Diego Acevedo. Now we had a bit of a last hour substitute with Thomas Roda on table 3 being subbed in instead of KSPTTV. But fortunately we have now received information of it early on, and hopefully everything is all good and fine with KSP. Welcome Helge, nice to see you in the chat. Now we are going to be anticipating a quite a tight match, as well, so far as we have seen, all the quarterfinals have been very tight, as well as of course the first semifinal. We have only seen 2-on-3 matches, and we don't really have a reason to expect any other outcome here for the second semifinal either. You can see the player ratings over here. We have on table 1, we have a very teeny tiny advantage for the Polish, but considering that it's so small, I would certainly say that it's gonna be really anyone's game here. Bridge and Vineria on table 2. I mean, Vineria, I want to say has more experience, even though his rating is slightly worse. Tomasz check on table 3 has had a decent tournament so far. I believe he has at the moment 3 duels under his belt, won 2 of them, and Claudio sitting not at 100% win rate, I believe, but something like 70, 80. So a decent tournament for him as well. Claudio should be having a advantage here against his Polish counterpart. Then on table 4, gives Spam a bit of a question mark because he has only played 1 duel throughout the entirety of this tournament so far. Hasn't had that many chances to show what he's made of, but now looks like the Polish team is giving him a spot in the spotlight against Brian Townsend. And we'll see if Spam is able to deliver. And table 4 is actually precisely the table that we will be covering. And then on table number 5, we have the former world champion Thomas Preus versus GDLK. Here I gotta say that Thomas should have a quite a big advantage here for sure, given his experience. But so I intended to cover table one first, but then because we have multiple streamers covering this match, then we did some divvying up, and now table 4 is what we will be having whenever the match starts. I mean, it is 1902 and it is scheduled to start at, well, 1901 actually. I mean, we can all appreciate the uh, the very specific timing, but for all that's worth, it most likely just means 1900. Let's see if Brian is online. He is. Which makes me very curious as to what's going on. Likely something to do with the BGA set tournaments. Maybe they are running late. Nobody knows. Welcome, Horin, and looks like giving some heads up comments before the duels start. Chile going in with everything they have. Well, I have no doubt they will, because the stakes are very, very high here. Given that we are playing for the grand final spot and the let's say the ultimate chance of giving your opponent the opportunity to show and to really give the ultimate praise of having the chance to actually win the entire competition, which is, I mean, just getting tougher and tougher every year with the level of players rising steadily in really every country. Ah, is that glitch of if tournament is scheduled to start at 01, 02, etc., it will be rounded up to 05. Okay, that makes sense. So that is, for some reason, BG has made it that way to, I don't know, save computing power or whatever. So basically, they I guess check the tournament starting times at like 5 minute intervals. So actually, let's. Yeah, it's difficult to say for sure because it says 4 minutes ago, but I assume the actual starting time of the tournament has actually been set to 1901 as well, which is very weird. But now we get to follow the actual juice and start the game. So Brian starting player getting the quantity tile off the bat, which not really something that you want to see, but he makes the best out of it. Also, very interesting use of the city cap here, and I actually have to say that I do kind of like it. So indirectly continuing the city and also grabbing the only road available on the board. Could have also, went just over here, start a new city, just continue the city with Doritos and triple cities, but it's this is also completely fine, just simply taking off the only road on the board. And a very simple move for Brian. Really, not that he had any actual opportunity, any other actual other opportunities, but this is unfortunate as he has to really just discard the monastery back because again he had only one legal spot to place it to, and like you, I know that I amongst well many other top players uh, do do firmly believe that you should never not meeple the monasteries, but this is quite a rare exception where you just don't really want to do that because you would be very easily risking two of your meeples getting blocked immediately, and it's just a very well sort of an unfortunate situation for uh, for Brian. But could be also that Spam saw the chance that starting a road specifically from here is the best scenario, especially because of the forced monastery positions. Though I mean that's honestly like very rarely do people do that stuff when they are actually thinking of forced tiles at such an early stage of the game. Usually it just happens just because of you know uh, just because of like by accident really. And I honestly do want to say that it is also the case here. But well, I mean, at least if the the Polish player comes into the chat later on, then I mean he does have a chance to say that it was all organized and thought out. So, Rafael, you have a chance to do that. Finishes the city, starts a new road, and also has taken up an early field, which is fine. Lots of green squares, and basically all cities that are being built are going to get built on that very same field. Brian finishes his own road and starts a 3-point loop here. Has taken up also another road, which, I mean, it's not like dangerous or anything, but it's just always like kinda uncomfortable to have like multiple short roads because roads are like those features which don't really net you a lot of points. They are like usually just 1 or max 2 point moves that you're gonna do with them. So usually it's not that beneficial to have multiple roads open, but you know in the beginning of the game it's still doable. Spam goes for a further blocking platform making. Also takes 2 points. Doesn't want to finish up the road just yet. Wants to, I guess, make that with a curve just to be able to expand the field a bit further. Goes for the 5-point monastery spot. Controls the monastery over here. Comes to, and controls the road over here. So no arguing there. Also, importantly, directs the road or the road end to the right, so it cannot be taken advantage of by Brian. Very important note right there. You don't want to let your opponent have easy scoring features, and a road end is definitely a scoring feature. Tube divider for Brian. Not that many great places to place it to, because he's gonna have to start a city on his opponent's field. But like I feel like this would still be a decent option here, because it does indirectly continue the ruin. And this one I don't really like that much. I mean, it is, as of right now, like immediately it's not on the field of his opponent, which makes sense. But it's actually pretty, well, like at least somewhat difficult to prevent this loop from becoming an actual loop and preventing the expansion of the field, like we see over here. Any kind of uh, of curvy tile or just a city plus field tile would have been just perfect for give spam, as they would more or less ensure that the field is going to keep on expanding. Quite a resourceful move actually from Brian here, so looking to just really push the continuation of the ruin, and also to prevent any kind of, like, let's say 10-point cities or even bigger for being completed for Brian, because now that there's only one divider remaining, especially, it's gonna be a lot more difficult for uh, Rafal to finish that city on its own. Quite a poor move, I have to say, for Brian. Actually, yeah, a really poor move, because his road was in danger, and he still had the chance to save it to actually 3 tiles. There was still a city crossroad and 2 starting tiles. But like, surely Brian saw that his road could get blocked. I mean, there's no way like that an almost 600 rated player would miss that. Like, he definitely saw that it was possible to do, but for some reason he still doesn't do that. I guess he was just maybe like rather trying to find a curve himself, or just any road end, and to go here with that instead of relying on those 3 tiles for the future. But didn't really turn out quite as he planned it. Now he has a 4-point road just simply stuck in the middle of the board. He's also looking to, well, I mean, the straight road that he placed here earlier is made with the intention of limiting this square to a 1 remaining dagger. There's 1 and there's 2 daggers in the board as of right now, and he should be doing it actually right now in order to, actually like get the value going from that 0-point move, and he does. Now note that blue, of course, cannot take this city cap, or he can, but he will immediately risk the full block of his 2 meeples, and that would be, at this stage, I would say it's still better to simply wait until your opponent does something here or here, and then try to save these meeples to a 50-50 chance, so to the 1 remaining dagger. But what do you do with this tile, though? It's not quite clear, because you can't really start a city anywhere, like, anywhere great. Yeah, well, what do you do? I guess you could go maybe here, place a meeple, just equalize this city. But it's not really that great. Even though there are no dividers and this will be stuck together, like, the city will not be completed or even continued, most likely, like, anywhere. And then this is going to, I want to say, like, likely result into blocked 2 meeples. And I think I would, at this point, I would actually prefer the position of green here, I think. Even though he's down on the scoreboard and he has like less points on the board overall, then it's like always going to be a, a rather easy attack on the field from multiple spots. Like from here, if this gets completed, maybe from here, maybe even from here, just claiming like a 9-point field first, and then maybe going over here for added benefits. Now, a triangle for spam, and he, wow, that was not, huh. That was definitely not in my guesses what was going to happen. I am not sure as to why he's just done that. Well, actually, there is a clear idea somewhat because all city crossroads are gone, all starting tiles are gone, and only one dagger remains. So I I'm pretty sure what Spam wants to do is to get a city plus road tile over here and then limit this guy to only one city cap or to maybe a city cap plus a Dorito. This is also fine. So now he prevents the completion of the the 4-point city of Brian, and he's going to be now able to continue his own city with very, very little obstructions. Though there is still this empty city cap there, which will, in all likelihood, be Brian's to take. There's also a monastery spot being prepared for Brian. Still 3 of those in the deck, 2 regular monasteries and 1 road monastery. Goes for another road, which is it really a good option? Like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Only 2 crossroads. There's the road monastery, which is already needed in another spot. Oh, but there are all 3 triple cities with a road remaining. Well, now 2, of course, but yeah, I mean, there's still a decent amount of rodents available, so I guess that's fine. And also, like, Brian isn't really losing value at the moment on any tiles. He can use city tiles here, caps here, monasteries here, and now road tiles over here. Like, he's not really losing value out of, like, really from any tile. Also gets these 4 points, and now only really, I guess, well, I mean, Spam has a couple of options. He can go here, just take 2 points. He can go here and start making this ruin more lucrative for himself. He can go even here, although it seems like he wants to really push for the completion of this city. Brian gets a dagger, but not the dagger that he wanted. He's gonna go, I guess, over here and try to start threatening to finish the city, and he does. Spam also gets a city cap, but not the dagger he wants. I mean, this would be quite a poor move, I feel like. He really wants to wait for a road tile for a certain um, aid on his features. Brian does delay the blocking for now in order to pose the threat of finishing a 12-point city. And he does get the block going. I mean, do you go here? Do you take the points or go here? Because this is quite important to block, though. It is really important to block, but I can understand the decision making of Brian here because he does need the points. He is behind on the scoreboard and he still hasn't attacked the field. So, well, now we can surely go here. Now we surely go here. We have to go here, and we do go there. So a bit of gambling with delaying the block for so long, but it did not end up biting. Spam doesn't actually have a chance to take any quick points at the moment whatsoever. So I guess likely he'll just go. I don't even know where he goes though. Maybe here, just tries to block the city. But it also does cause issues for his own city. And there are still quite a number of blocking tiles. Like 2 road Doritos and a triple city with a road. And if he goes the other way with the field side on the left, then he has like wait, 1, 2, 3, 4. Well, no triple cities. 1, 2, 3. Well, there are 2 Doritos though that can immediately block the city of Spam. Well, Brian gets the coveted dagger and now he's gonna be making big moves here. And now the question is for Spam, because you know that Brian is gonna go for a field meeple as soon as possible with this tile. He's gonna go here in a heartbeat, or he should be going over here. Maybe even here, but I don't think it's necessary. Like just take this 9-point field and make sure that Spam cannot enlarge the 9-point field that he currently has into a 18-point field, because none of these 3 cities are actually on this this let's say main field, and he does go for the 9-pointer, and suddenly his well suddenly like after a 14-point city and a nice 9-point field, his situation is looking very decent. Also can take a meeple back if he wants to. It would give a extra city to the field of Spam and also would be giving another city cap there. So it could be quite dangerous. Gotta be aware of the actual point count at the moment. So it's +8 for Brian, +12, +2, +8, +10, +11, +13, 15, 14. So it's +14 for Brian at the moment because the fields are equal 9 and 9. So actually it's not bad to go here and just take the meeple back. But I don't feel like it's necessary. I think even actually a better move would be just to go over here, just take 2 points, or go over here, maybe just 1 point to the monastery. Either one. I really don't think we should be doing this because it would be giving more scoring opportunities for Spam. And it would be a -2 point move in itself. Though this is, I believe, the second to last road end that is remaining in the deck anyways. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. No crossroads. And after this, there are no road monasteries and only one triple city with a road. So he does take the meeple back. Goes to like +12. And now, I mean, probably has some ideas of trying to attack the field, maybe. Not that he like really needs to, but now that he has two meeples, it is enough to try and figure out a way that if there is any leeway to attack the field, and it would be an easy connection, then he most likely should do it because it is still 9 points and it maybe guarantees or gives some insurance for this connection over here. Or he can just go with quick points. That is going to be one way for sure. Now, one thing that Spam might have up in his sleeve is finishing this, connecting over here, and just, yeah, unifying everything together. But actually, are there any curves? There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There is one curve still. Not anymore. So actually, because Brian is at the moment like, I want to say plus 10, just wants to guarantee the 9-point field that he himself has. Sure. I guess that makes sense. But actually, I'm not sure if that is even that good. Because his fields are going to get like joined together for sure. This I feel like is a bit of a mistake from Spam. I feel like this would have been a much better move to make. Just 5 points because nothing can come here. So no unification of the fields can happen. He can still do that. He can still go here. I mean, this is just a pure 5-point move. Just pure 5 points. Nothing is threatening Blue's field, which is now worth 15 points. Like, if Spam just goes here, 5 points, meeple back for both, he's gonna be in good position. Maybe he has to actually drop a farmer here. Oh, yeah. No, this is not a winning move. Like, it's not a winning move. Like 1 point. Is he like miscounting the dividers or something? I feel like he's miscounting the dividers. Also, this. Ah. Well, actually, I mean, this might be still good, but like this one, I mean, 1 point instead of like at least five, or preferably, I guess maybe 8, because you also drop a farmer here just in case that you like, just to be sure that you don't leave yourself with meeple surplus. But like, this really does nothing for your winning chances. If anything, it makes them worse because you are just too far behind. Brian now has to figure out the remaining tiles. Has to figure out, are there road tiles to go here or to go here, because actually either this or this are going to be just equal value moves for Spam. So, and because the daggers are gone, it doesn't even matter. Yeah, Brian shouldn't even actually care about this block. Like, he should just do stuff like this. Just add 1 point. Like, blocking this or this is useless because these are both moves that Spam can make with his final tile if it is a road tile. So just 1 point is, to be honest, the best that I can see for Brian here. And it should be enough. Like, I mean, Brian is like way ahead at the moment, I believe. 4 points for the road. That seems good. And finally the connection is made, but it doesn't now give the points to the field, which is arguably a lot worse than making it with this tile. Yeah, actually, this meeple over here was really a waste because the only way that this meeple really makes sense is if you get the city cap, right? Because if you get the straight road, you can always go here anyways for the 6 points and for the 4 point road. Yeah, kind of a shame with the wasted final meeple, but blue was definitely far already like like far behind already at that point, so it didn't really end up mattering. So that's 1-0 to the Chilean. And we also have some other updates for you to have. So on table 1, Mateusz Poslevich is currently winning 1-0. Vainiria in the lead on table 2, and well, more expectedly, Thomas Preus also in the lead 1-0 on table 5. Okay, Brian, also again the starting player. Let's I shall remind you that because these matches are being played via PGA tournaments, there is no control over the starting player, so it doesn't alter. So it's not getting altered after every game. It is random throughout the entire duel. So potential 8-point city for give spam, a road again for Brian, and a nicely looking city. Obstruction for the city immediately on its way, which is a nice move. It delays the completion and also, of course, gives immediate blocking chances and also attacking chances. So, as Brian, I mean, I guess you could still try saving it, posing a threat, but it would also be just fine if you like even start just completely start a new city somewhere over here. Anything goes at that point really, but this still poses the threat, so can't really argue with that move. I guess we go over here. We save our we save our road to the 4 remaining field crossroads, and spam is gonna have a really nice monastery actually. 4 points and controls 2 features of Brian, which is going to be really, really annoying for green for sure. I mean, could also, I guess, go just over here, try to maximize his own point gain, but I don't like it as much because it's, I mean, for me, personally, it's much more uh, fun to control your opponent's features with your monasteries and just kind of like leech off from those instead of actually having to spend tiles to surround your monastery and complete it. Spam decides to actually not even attack the city but to just try and block it to now two remaining. Huh. To now two remaining daggers. Not that convinced it's the right way to go because it's like this is still a massive threat because there are still six tiles to go into this square for field Doritos and two dividers, so those are pretty much guaranteed to come, or at least one of those. And then still two tiles here, still a 75% chance. Well, pretty much a 75% chance to finish this city. Still, it's it's quite a big chance. Quite a big chance. We could take a field as blue here. It's gonna get attacked for sure, like immediately almost. But like, what else do we do with this curve? Really not much. Like, we can't really go here because we could also get our own city in trouble. We are really gonna want to push for the completion first, and like that, and like make that the way we pose the threat of full block to the city of green. Just being safe. Quick point tile for Brian, but no quick points to be taken. He could go here, start a new road. It's not that dangerous because there are still starting tiles, there are still crossroads, there are still monasteries, like there are still all kinds of tiles remaining in the deck. So it's really difficult to actually block this road. Spam gets another monastery, but can't really stack them. I mean, he can go here. Mm, okay. I don't really like that, but I mean, I get the idea that he wants to limit this road to maybe like, well, I mean, even the road monastery here isn't too bad for blue because it does expand the field, but I guess really wants to take the field crossroads away from Brian for a an immediate finish of that road, and goes for the block as well. And Brian very likely to just try and restrict the road to a road monastery. Still two of those remaining would create a high variance tiles for sure, as road monasteries usually are. But it does work very well in favor of Brian to just go here with the monastery restriction. Even though it does expand the field. I mean, he could actually drop a farmer here. Not a bad move. Drop a farmer or take the city. Either way. Yeah, I mean, it's fine. That's fine. I mean, that's unfortunate that the quad city comes, but what can you do? Taking the city cap like should not really be an obstacle, really, because it was still early in the game. So I mean, it still is kinda. So we could very well see this city actually getting finished with a bunch of Doritos, maybe like one city cap, Dorito, 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 something like that. However, what is not really playing into our advantage is the fact that we might have some issues with this square right here. Maybe there's a straight road from spam, then we get a road monastery, then we go still here because like it's the most points, and we get the meeple back from here, and we'd be laying this down for that exact tile, and then we get blocked with 3 meeples. Could happen. It's somewhat unlikely, I guess. Well, actually, like very unlikely, because with the tile order that I mentioned, it's like, yeah, very unlikely to happen. But something along those lines could be a thing. Right, could. Actually, what do we do? We could, I don't know, go over here. 1 point. We could add a point to our city over here. Not that bad. Does go for the 1 point. Now, meeple in this city would be too much. Just don't meeple the city. That's good. That's decent. Oh, I also forgot that this here now exists. So maybe there was also a good argument to actually go just over here and block a road monastery going over here for spam, getting 5 points and expanding the field by 2 cities. So also would have been a good move. But this is like more intuitive because it gives you a point instead of making a 0 point move for negating a potential threat. The dagger for Brian does land, and now spam is having a lot of trouble. Well, he has a score. He has a scoring tile, so maybe we go over here, and maybe we drop a road meeple. There are still 6 regular curves remaining in the deck. Could also, I guess, do something like this. This is good. This is good. So with this move, we are, well, first of all, we are protecting this city of our own, and we are also, of course, making some aggressive scoring. And we are also posing the threat to this road right here. And we do get away with our city, as does Brian, with a bigger city. 33-4 on the scoreboard is not really something that the Polish fans want to see, but I mean, there's still hope for sure. Still over 30 tiles remaining in the game, and we still have those, or both of those road monasteries remaining, and those on their own could turn the tides in a pretty distinctive way. Maybe we go here with the first one, we take 5 points as blue. Here with the second one, we meeple that, and we finish it for 9 points. Maybe we go here with a Dorito and a city cap. We meeple a nice city, and I mean, there are just a lot of ways we can score points here. So, a shielded tile for spam. Actually, not the worst idea, I guess, to go here, especially because we start to be under a lot of pressure. This is like I mean, it's understandable, but I feel like it's a bit too pessimistic. Like we really have to start scoring though, and we kind of have to push for the completion of this city over here. And well, just in time does Brian take out the Road Monastery spot, as it was on Spam's hand, ready to take these 5 points and give himself a couple extra potential cities onto the field. Goes for the highest scoring move, enlarges the field and gets an 8-point monastery. Does finish up Brian's road and now is 40 points behind on the scoreboard, which is definitely not that great. Only one tile to go in the deck to finish the 8-point city of Spam, which has been here since the start of I don't know when we started counting years, and well, we really don't have at the moment like big scoring features. Unfortunately, we also have no meeple. I guess we could have gone over here to secure the eventual return of this meeple back into our hand. But I guess what Spam didn't want to see is maybe Brian going over here, dropping a farmer, and doing some funny stuff like that. City cap for Spam. Likely going over here, I guess, just to be able to have another type of city cap to get a meeple back and to, get a 10-point feature finished. But does he have some other ideas? Well, maybe he starts to think like really optimistically, go over here and get a Dorito on his next move. Could be a possibility, but no, he just goes for the safer move, which I still agree. We are not that desperate just yet. So what's our path? Minus 40, 44, 49, 41, 38, 35, 31, 30, 26, 22. So we are minus 22 because well, we're going to be counting the field as equal at the moment. And well, we are screwed big time for sure. That's like can't really put it any other way. Um, Apologies, we are back, I believe. So, what I was about to say that Brian doesn't have to do anything magical. He can just go over here and start doing some blocking moves, maybe even drop a farmer here, but decides to go just he does make a blocking move, does block both monasteries, which is fine. Then Spam went. Where did he actually even go? Oh, he just took a meeple back, sure. And then 4 points for Brian. Makes sense. Now, however, I don't quite understand what this is, because the the monastery is already blocked. And like these blocking moves here are pretty useless. I mean, they are gonna be like preventing one extra point from being added to the monastery, but like those are not the priorities that Spam should focus. He should really focus on making like super aggressive moves at the moment, trying to like get big features for himself. I mean, 2 points is 2 points is 2 points. That's true. That's true. Um, so it's a start, but we are still 3 meeples behind. And now after Brian has also connected to the field, we do need to come up with something very radical. We have, well, I mean, I guess we could do also a saving over here. There are still 2 city crossroads as well as 2 starting tiles. So we could save it like this because we need the dagger here. So keeping as many city caps live for ourselves is exactly what we need at this stage. And he does go for it, which I think is nice. I think it's a good call. It's very calm and collective still. Brian, I guess likely gonna just continue on trying to block this city. Could also, I mean, in theory, I guess could go over here, but there is really no need to add points to your opponent when you are when you are like this far ahead, and even the completion of the city in itself is not like even a huge threat to Brian's winning chances here. All that Brian needs to really do is to focus on scoring himself. It doesn't really even matter if this gets finished, this gets finished. He's still going to be up a meeple, and he's going to be up in points. So, yeah. Goes for a new road, I guess. New road. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, I mean, it's decent. It's doable. There are still some road ends available out there. There are 2 crossroads and a road monastery, though that will never be used as a road end for Brian, but at least he has the crossroads and he has to use the meeple somewhere. 4 points for Spam. This is starting to look like he might have a chance, like a teeny tiny chance, because he's still. Oh, no, 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 no! Brother! Brother! Why do you take 2 points when you can take 4 points? Like, you don't have the luxury of going for blocks. You do not have the luxury of going for blocks. You are like minus 30 still. Gotta score, gotta score. Ignore all this blocking stuff. Ignore it. This is not the way to win this game. No. No, 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 no. Brian goes for a second farmer. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Come on. I mean, there is one single tile remaining. Like, Spam has to be so much more open to like better ideas here. Like, he has to realize that he doesn't really have a chance if he keeps if he uses tiles for blocking. Like, he doesn't have the luxury for blocking. He just doesn't. there's one single tile to fit here. Like Spam, if he goes here, he has lost the game. If it goes here and drops of armor, he has lost the game on the spot. Doesn't go for it. That's good news. Does go for points, but I mean, you do see that had he just taken 4 points over here immediately, and then he could take points over here. I mean, he would just have more points, right? And uh, yeah, like at this point, it doesn't matter the threats that Brian poses. We ignore everything. We should ignore everything. Honestly, maybe should even ignore this. Just go here for points. Maybe here, finish this. Well, at least we can. I mean, well, this blocking move actually does make sense because it blocks the completion. It blocks the way to the field and it gives us 6 points. We gotta me pull this. Uh, like if you don't go for the points on this one, what on earth do you think you are getting points from? I have not the furthest idea. Like it's 6 points. If you get a city cap, this is also 6 points. What's the grand idea here? Like Spam is, I mean, he's like making decent moves like every move, right? Like they all make sense, but he's not getting the big picture here. That he is down so bad that he does not have the possibility. He doesn't have the luxury of doing these blocky moves and ignoring points. He has to score points on every move, but he's doing these platformy ideas of creating blocking opportunities and like actually doing blocks instead of simply scoring what he should be doing. It is unfortunate. It is unfortunate, and it is a way that he is not going to be winning this game. And we are going to be also having a meeple surplus. Yay! Which definitely is not going to be helping us on our way. Ah, yeah, it was a pretty disasterful game for Spam here. I mean, I do have to agree on on like some things that it was somewhat unfortunate for Spam. Well, for example, actually, well, this was Brian's. Actually, Brian got all um, field Doritos, also got the dividers, so all like good used tiles that Spam had over here that he had been waiting for the entire game didn't come to him. Like, wait, what's 0.5 uh, times itself by 7? It's, I don't know, something ridiculous. Maybe like, I don't know, 3%, less than that. But like still, he wasn't really focusing on the important stuff with which was just simply scoring and ignoring the threats. Just ignore the threats. Just rely on having a good tile run out because that's the only thing you have or you could have going for yourself at that stage. there is nothing else to do really at that point when you are minus 30 on the scoreboard. And the board features were not really helping. So unfortunate stuff for Poland on table 4, but maybe the others can have some better success. Let's see. So at the moment we have Thomas Preus winning on table 5 2-0. We have Horim Mea winning on table 2 2-0. Then we have a decider on table 1 and also a decider on table 3. So, still a tight match for sure. And we will be taking a peeky on table 3 because the table 1 is getting covered by at least Utse. I'm not sure about Alexei. Tomasz Cek 01. 2 minutes ago, actually, we are arriving at the beginning of the game, which is nice. Okay. So force wins for Tomasz and also for Mateusz on both tables 1 and 3 if Poland wants to proceed to the grand finals. Only one win needed for Chile on either table. Looking decent for Tomasz over here. So in a small lead, has a monastery, has both players have 1 point cities, this is equalized, and a road versus a ruin. So slight advantage here for yellow. Claudio starting a new city, looks good. So applying the two city principle, having multiple cities open so that you can have better use, or let's say more efficient use, for all types of city tiles in the future. Also, it does cause some slight issues for the monastery of Roda. Apologies for the network interruptions. Couple extra points for Tomasz at the top with some roads being applied from, I guess, from green side both. And then we have evolvement, let's say, from Tomasz on the monastery and on a new city. 3-point road for Tomasz. Actually, I don't really like this. Would have much rather seen a move like this, going over here, securing a new monastery spot, and having a bit of an insurance that no triple city with a field comes over here, trapping both the monastery and potentially the city also. Whereas now that is going to be very much live and could become a major issue for the Polish player. It does not, though. He gets away with the city. But so does Claudio, though. Could even drop a farmer, I guess, and he does. And he is really hoping for a road monastery to land over here, and a curve to get it to get the monastery back, of course, but and also to expand the field by 2 additional cities. And this field could also potentially expand to the right, so we could be seeing a major field battle here. Huh, this is interesting. Okay, so Thomas immediately hops on to the field fight, and Claudio goes for the full monastery, which is a bit courageous, but still fine looking. So straight road for Thomas, not much that he can do. Goes for, I guess, just a potential obstruction of the city of Claudio in the future, and gets his monastery back, which is very important at this stage because it's going to be a field fight. So all meeples that are in your hand are going to be worth their weight in gold, if not more. Triple city for Tomas. I want to say it's just actually. I mean, it could go here as well, or here. Either way is decent. I guess here it's like slightly better because then if Claudio wants to go here for indirect defense of the monastery, he's going to cause immediate issues with the city. And also, this city is like somewhat unlikely to finish, I guess. Yeah, this is fine, but I would have preferred going to the right and down so that now Claudio can't go with, for example, a city cap over here and then just keep waiting for another city cap over here. Claudio gets the second road monastery and gets away with his first one. Also has a nice monastery spot over here, and life's looking pretty good for green at the moment. So now, for example, Claudio could go over here, but he could also do something like this, go over here, drop a farmer, which he doesn't do, and it's gonna be fine for Tomas for sure, because if he keeps fishing out these vanillas, and maybe even the second divider in the future, then he's gonna be just fine. Only one vanilla remaining in the deck, and also the divider, of course. Otherwise, Claudio will have to start using Doritos in this square. Second meeple to the field by Thomas, not surprisingly. Looking to get this completed and then take both of his meeples onto the other side to kind of swallow up this meeple of Claudio. This is a decent move from Thomas. So taking away the monastery spot that Claudio had, and Claudio cannot actually even defend it because if he does, well, he can't defend it with the style anyway. But if he goes anything with anything over here, it's gonna be rather unfortunate because then his city is going to get blocked potentially, and I believe his monastery will be getting blocked now, and the city will get limited or restricted, but he will still have some tiles to go here. But the good thing in that for Thomas is that Claudio will be needing the same city caps over here that he needs over here and over here. So it's going to decrease the value of these city caps for Claudio and increase the value of the city caps for Thomas. Now, chance perhaps for Thomas to go over here, or over here I was gonna say, because all daggers are gone. Well, all daggers with the right hand side curve, so it could go over here, direct the city then to the right, block this guy, maybe get a crossroad, and that would be just fantastic news for Thomas there. But great move by Claudio. Takes away the city cap on the field of Aurora. Now he will go over here, take this, and then he's gonna try to get the divider or the tube divider over here, which there's still one remaining. He's gonna try to get it here and still connect everything together. Or that's what he should be doing, in my opinion. I guess he could figure out also something else, but if he's gonna go like attack into the city, I wouldn't recommend it. It's not that threatful. Like just take the points and just continue with the threat that you have posed until thus far. No, no. I think that is slightly unfortunate. Slightly unfortunate. We have -9 as Thomas. We have +2, +3 equal, +4, +2, +1, -4, 5, 13, 20. We are at -8 as Thomas. Oh, Claudio's doing our work for us. Okay. These 4 points are tempting, but we could also go. We could go here. We could go here and hope for the tube divider. Actually, it's not that good of a move. Yeah, I think we just go here. Take 4 points. Because there are still all 3 extenders remaining in the deck that could then block this connection. So I think we just wait for a less useful road tile to go over here with, and then we try to get the tube divider. Or at least force Claudio to go here with an extender and not use an extender over here. Claudio actually has a very good move up his sleeve. He can go here and meeple that 1 point city and then use any of the 3 extenders to unify to this now 11 point ruin. And 11 points in this situation is pretty darn good investment of a meeple. 3 extenders. Like, it's a pretty good chance that he gets there. But he has another idea. He is trying to get his hands on the divider. This also works. And it's also even more impactful because there are no triple cities. There are no triple cities remaining in the deck. So it's not even a threat for Thomas to go here. Oh, Thomas even willingly reduces the connection to either the Field Doritos or to the divider, and now he pays the price immediately as he gets a he got the one final remaining road Dorito, but now can't use it to connect, and this might spell trouble. Now, do keep in mind that it's still more likely for Tomas to get the connection with a field Dorito than it is for Claudio to get the divider. But still, if the divider lands for Claudio, Tomas is gonna be screwed big time. Because he still is actually currently losing in points. And Claudio is helping! Claudio is helping with this tube divider plan. Oh, wait. Oh. Wait. Never mind. I have been capping hard because the third tube divider is here. So there never was a plan to go here in the first place. Yeah, I'm just yeah. Never mind. Forget everything that I said about that. It would have been a terrible idea um, for Thomas to follow, and it also makes this move very good, like very good, because there just never was a tube divider. Claudio, if you watch this later on, good job. Okay, so we do get the connection, and we also drop a farmer, so these points don't really count for the field. Plus 5 for Claudio, plus 7, plus 9, plus 11, plus 14, 12, 12, 8. I think it's like plus 4 for Tomas at the moment. But plus 4 is not going to be enough with an extra meeple and this threat for Claudio, though. Yeah, it seems to be a bit too much, actually. Yeah, not like in the position of yellow here. Also, these fields could be unified, I guess. And they will be unified. Or should be unified. Yeah, 4 points road, and it's just a 10-point move. Straight up 10 points move for Claudio. Now, Thomas, I guess maybe here just for 2 points. Maybe here for 5 points. Depends on if we need the meeple at this stage for anything. And I have a feeling that we really don't. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There are no crossroads. And there are no road ends at all. So we really don't, I guess, even need the meeple. I guess we can just go here for 2 points, and then if we get a road tile, we can still go here for to take the 4-point road. So that's a possibility, right? So there are no city crossroads. There's this, which I guess is going to be just used for 2 points. No? Oh, actually, is it possible for Thomas to attack this field still? Like via this road? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. No, it's not any longer. Or maybe there's a dagger. Oh no, there isn't. So nothing to go into this square after this one. So there is no way to attack the field. Unless Claudio goes there, and maybe there now is. Maybe we can go here, then go here. 12 points. Wait. One, two, three. Wait. One, two, three, four. There is a field Dorito. But there's also a divider. So unfortunately, there are like two connection tiles, but if we go here with the meeple on the field, we get blocked with either one. So attacking the field, unfortunately, is not going to be successful. It's going to result in a -2 net point gain. So we should be just going over here as Tomas, take this city, and then on our final move, go here for +2 extra points. Because we can be sure we're gonna get either a divider or we are gonna get a field Dorito, right? 1, 2, 3, 4. Yes. So essentially we are gonna get, well, the same tile. Oh, but the field Dorito does come with a shield. So, you know, we just go here. We take the field. Oh, not the field, but we take the city and we go here with a 2 or a 3 point move on our final one. And then yeah, I mean, that's the best we can do. We don't have a way to score big time, and this will always result with net positive points, because Claudio will not be able to claim more than 3 points with a Dorito, and with a divider he can also claim only 3 points. Sorry, only 2 points. So we do go over here, which is I think the most precise move. Claudio does get the shielded tile, and we do get the extra 2, but I don't think it will be quite enough for Tomas. Well, we'll see. We'll see. No, he's saying congrats in the chat. So, oh no, wait, that's Tomas saying. Oh yeah. Of course. So should be Claudio's win, right? 91 with. I mean, oh, it's a draw win. Oh no. Oh no. It's a win by draw. Oh, and it was even all about. There was even a 50-50 chance to win for Thomas if he just gets the shielded Dorito instead of the divider. Ah. Ah. Okay. Well, I'm not aware of the table 1 result yet, so we'll first up mark this one, and then we'll check on. We'll first check on the. Oh, yeah, we'll update this, and then we'll check on table 1, which currently has not actually finished, but at this stage we can say congratulations to Team Chile on getting to the grand finals of WTCOC 2025, making a big time history for their country, where they will be meeting up Japan. Not the best scenario for Chile, but they are in a humongous strike at the moment, so anything can happen. But oh, they have finished the game. Ah, okay. Mateus has win, and I mean, did I say something about a 2-3 result in the beginning of the stream? I did say something about that, and I said about precisely with the words like, I don't think we should be expecting anything else than 2-3 on today's result, and a 2-3 it is. And we see a lot of Chilean fans here. Viva Chile indeed. Proud to be happy for sure for Horim. Also, not just because your team made it, but also because Vainria has seemingly been able to uh, to do some great lineup stuff. So sometimes leaving himself out, sometimes getting himself in, and it seems to be that seems to have been the correct calls every time. Vainria also winning his duel today. Congrats for that. Which that 2-0 was immensely important for the entire team. And now we have the medal game pairings. It's going to be Japan versus Chile and Ukraine versus Poland. Actually, yeah, Ukraine Poland is going to be actually a sick match for sure. Uh, Now, if I may suggest, uh, then if there is any way that all four teams can like kind of agree on the timings between each other, then it would be cool to have the bronze medal game first and then the grand finals on maybe the next day or just later on that same day. Now, of course, I have no really no real power to do that stuff, but it's just a suggestion that if it is possible, then it would be great. Like, because it's always great to end in the grand finals. Ah, okay, great stuff. Great stuff. We saw only 2-3 matches throughout the entirety of the quarterfinals and the semifinals, so we will. Well, we might even keep on going with that with the grand finals and the bronze medal matches, and yeah, just fantastic stuff. Congratulations once again to Chile on making history and getting your team to the grand finals for the first time, and also for Poland for getting at least a top four finish already, which is in itself just history, but the top three would be just even sweeter. So, of course, there is absolutely no doubt in my mind that Poland will give their everything against Ukraine next week, especially when there is still a lot of stuff to fight for with the extra um, World Championship spot on the line for one of their team members. Now, of course, we don't yet know on which day the matches are going to be played next week, but I assume it's going to be Saturday or Sunday, and or both. Maybe bronze medal match on Saturday and then Sunday for Japan, Chile. Now it's going to be slightly actually, the grand final timing could be like really atrocious for European. Well, for basically for maybe even all streamers except for for maybe Fausto Paral, but yeah, there could be next week Sunday that we will be streaming at 3 a.m. or 5 a.m. European time. So that's gonna be fun. But we'll see. We'll see. Um, Whatever is the best case scenario for Japan and Chile. That's of course what matters because they are the ones that have paved their way into the grand finals, and the rest of us will be living by their rules and under their thumb. Okay, fantastic stuff. Once again, congrats to Chile for a fantastic run thus far, and hopefully Well, let's wish um, equal well wishes to Japan and to Chile, and well, why the hell not for Poland and Ukraine as well at the same time. That's where we'll be wrapping up this stream. Thank you all for watching. Thank you all for sticking all the way until the end. If you do enjoy this type of Carcassonne content, then there's an easy way to support the channel by subscribing or by liking the stream. I'll be seeing you again next week with the conclusion of the 2025 World Team Carcassonne Online Championships with the bronze medal game with Poland and Ukraine, and then the the grand finals between Japan and Chile. Bye for now.